loud enough, Scott? Okay. Can you all hear me out there? Hello, everybody. We are all, well, and hello to the live stream audience out there. Oh, let's take this off for a while. And hello to all you people who are alive in here. And those of you who are here are very fortunate. Paddy was warming up, and I felt like I'd already heard an amazing concert after hearing 2 or 3 tunes. So this is an amazing person in front of us, and he's going to treat us to some really, really wonderful music. So very glad to have all you people online. Very glad to have you all here. This is Meetinghouse Arts. It's a program of the Arts and Cultural Alliance of Freeport. And about a year ago, I started up this little online entity called Till We Meet Again. Till We Meet Again as specifically as a medium to provide musicians an opportunity to play and to try to make some money. And so we are coordinating or working together with ACAF and Till We Meet Again to co-produce this concert series, which is very cool. But that does cost money. We're grateful for your ticket prices for those of you who are here. Those folks of you online would really appreciate your giving a little donation. The donation link has been out there. We'll try to get it up on the comments chat box if we can. You can go to the Till We Meet Again website, which is just tillwemeetagainmusic.org. And I think that's probably enough to say. Seriously, when about, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I just happened to be browsing for music, and I said, well, let's see what Paddy's done, because he's coming up soon. And I clicked on the, Bandcamp or Spotify, whatever it was, and I thought, after just like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I just thought, this guy is so good. I'm so glad he's coming. So I'm sure you'll agree with me afterward. And here he is, one of Maine's hidden gems, a real wonderful singer and songwriter, Paddy Mills.
Thank you. Thanks. Seagull in a gray sky dropping muzzles on the rocks, oil skins and rubber boots shuffle down the docks. Old timers in the bait house drinking coffee while they talk about the weather and the price of fuel and all the lobsters that they've caught. A boat swing on them moorings as the tide starts coming in. There's a hint of snow and the foghorn blows on a smoky southwest wind. The plows are on the pickup trucks and the snow is coming down. It's gonna blow tomorrow, so tonight we're gonna hit the town. And we're singing shanties and playing tunes as this pub is getting warmer. And there's pints of plain and a hockey game. Cribbage in the corner. Oh, there's pints of plain and a hockey game. Cribbage in the corner. No captain will be calling, no one's going out to haul. We'll be sleeping until 8 a.m. with no alarm at all. The shovel's by the front porch and the snow is coming down. It's gonna blow tomorrow, so tonight we're gonna hit the town. And we're singing shanties and playing tunes as this pub is getting warmer. And there's pints of plain and a hockey game. Cribbage in the corner. Oh, there's pints of plain and a hockey game. Cribbage in the corner. Shuffle cards and split the deck. The next round is on me. Timmy's getting drunk and Jimmy's getting skunked, and you better take Billy's keys. Out on the curb smoking cigarettes as the snow is coming down. It's gonna blow tomorrow, so tonight we're gonna hit the town. And we're singing shanties and playing tunes as this pub is getting warmer. And there's pints of plain and a hockey game and cribbage in the corner. Oh, there's pints of plain and a hockey game and cribbage in the corner. Thank you. Thanks. So how's everybody's pandemic going? Did anybody else get chickens? I got chickens. It seems like everybody I know got chickens when this whole thing started, because we were lonely, I guess, and chickens seemed like, you know, the closest facsimile to human companionship. So we got these chickens for the backyard, and I built this chicken mansion for them. I don't really like chickens, and I'll explain more of that. I'll explain more of that as the evening goes on. But so this next song, I actually wrote, or at least wrote the first draft of it, driving through Freeport. As it turns out, it was spring, and I was driving by the True Value, and they had a sign out front, and the sign said, "The sap is off and running." And I was like, oh, that's a song. So by the time I got home, I had most of this song written. Well, the sap is off and running, and the spring is surely coming, and the ruts are even deeper than the bottom of the bay. Oh, 10 pails of filling, we'll have syrup soon, God willing, and the nights get even shorter day by day. So boil it down, send the smoke up to the heavens and the ashes to the ground. If you want a taste of sweetness when the springtime comes around, you gotta head on back to the sugar shack and boil it down. With so many things to tend to, so many wheels to bend to, and my mind is always moving in at least 100 ways. But the one that's most important is always right there in the morning with a touch of sweet to send me on my way. So boil it down, send the smoke up to the heavens and the ashes to the ground. If you want a taste of sweetness when the springtime comes around, you gotta head on back to the sugar shack and boil it down. The sweetest things in life aren't free. You gotta go outside and tap a tree, carry buckets, split some wood, build a fire and tend it good. It's the little things, it's the little things. So boil it down, send the smoke up to the heavens and the ashes to the ground. If you want a taste of sweetness when the springtime comes around, you gotta head on back to the sugar shack and boil it down. You gotta head on back to the sugar shack and boil it down. Thank you. So I kind of feel like I'm like looking out at this audience when you guys with your masks on. I feel like I'm about to go in for surgery. It's kind of freaky. I know. I wish you didn't have to too. So tomorrow is the opening day for the Sea Dogs. Baseball is here. So I'm going to play my baseball song. Hot stove, cold night. I've been thinking about next year and how maybe I'll get it right. I'm blessed, I'm cursed. I never take it all, but I guess I could do worse. And I'm fouling off the pitches. The count is 3-2. I'm gonna put this ball in play if it's the last thing that I do. Snow falls on the park. Everybody's gone on home. It's wet and cold and dark. 4 months until spring. Maybe this'll be the year I'm finally gonna win. And I'm fouling off the pitches. The count is 3-2. I'm gonna put this ball in play if it's the last thing that I do. Green grass on the way. Everyone gets born again. Opening day. A new glove and new stats. All your sins forgiven. Your soul's as clean as your new hat. And I'm fouling off the pitches. The count is 3-2. I'm gonna put this ball in play if it's the last thing that I do. And I'm running up the pitch count till someone hangs a heater high and swing the bat and hear the crack, look up into the sky. Hot stove, cold night. I've been thinking about next year and how maybe I'll get it right. Thank you. So chickens. So I got this flock of chickens at the beginning of the whole pandemic thing, and I built them a big chicken house. Actually, I take that back. My wife bought this big flock of chickens, and I built them a big chicken house. And the kids played with them, and the kids loved them. Until we realized that like 2/3 of them were roosters. After the kids had named them, there was one rooster, his name was Flash, and he was my little boy's favorite. he had to go up to a special farm for chickens where he is still alive and living freely, as far as Ralph knows anyway. So this song is a true story. It's not my story. It happened just like this, except it did not happen in rhyming couplets. On the corner of 5th and Mitchell, we gathered after Mass to organize and protest for the rights of the working class. For the rights of the working class. We worked 13 hours, 6 days a week for 90 cents a day. To build fortunes for the bosses without a voice to say. Without a voice to say. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for what we will. We'll give you 8 hours of our very best, but we won't rest until we get 8 hours for what we will. At the AP Alice Reliance Works, they wouldn't let us in. We were turned back by the fire hoses of the boss's men. Of the boss's men. But the workers in that factory, they heard our battle cry. And they came out to join us, and we stood side by side. We stood side by side. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for what we will. Our numbers grew as we marched down to the Bayview rolling mill to get 8 hours for what we will. Orders to the militia if they try to enter the mill. The governor of Wisconsin said, shoot to kill. The governor said, shoot to kill. And as we marched on down Bay Street, a peaceful protest we desired. But on 1,500 unarmed men, the militia opened fire. The militia opened fire. 8 hours for work, 8 hours for rest, and 8 hours for what we will. 8 men died by the lakeside at the Bayview rolling mill. When we asked for 8 hours for what we will. So the chicken flock eventually whittled down to just two chickens. After the roosters got sent away, there was an incident with a hawk, perhaps a fox or a raccoon. So we were down to just 2, which I was actually kind of cool with because the backyard that we were trapped in, because we were all in quarantine, was just totally covered in chicken shit. So I got that cleaned up. Grass started growing back. And I was happy with 2 chickens for a little while. watercolor sky melts into the sea. Just like each day I'm here, floats off into the breeze. The waves are rolling in, and I am tuning out. The one thing I ain't got is a worry or a doubt. Another day, another sand dollar. Watch the boats float out on the water. Nowhere to go, you can't get there from here. A plate of steamers and a beer. The sun is burning off the fog out on the bay, but the fog inside my head I think is here to stay. A coffee brandy night, well, I could hardly see, but I sure like it here, all the way life should be. Another day, another sand dollar. Watch the boats float out on the water. Nowhere to go, you can't get there from here. A plate of steamers and a beer. Well, I could call her up and ask to come back home if I hadn't lost my cell phone when I skipped it like a stone. Another day, another sand dollar. Watch the boats float out on the water. Nowhere to go, you can't get there from here. A plate of steamers and an ice cold beer. Another day, another sand dollar. Watch the boats float out on the water. Nowhere to go, you can't get there from here. A plate of steamers and a beer. Thank you. So I was at home for 2 years straight, and I was supposed to write a whole bunch of songs because that's what we were all going to do, right? But I didn't. But I did write this. I did write this one song, that first summer when this crazy crap started happening here. I wrote this song. I'm on the bumper cars with my little brother. There's a local band playing a George Jones cover, and there's rides and games and smiling faces, a tractor pull and a harness races, and a milk-fed pumpkin with a big blue ribbon, cows and sheep and ox and chickens. And I never thought that I would live in a time with no county fair. So fare thee well to the blueberry queen and the high school football team and the local music scene. I can't find them anywhere in the summer with no county fair. And now Grandma's sitting home all alone while we argue with our telephones about masks and memes and whose life matters. Well, Main Street dies and Bezos gets fatter, but I'd give the world for a fried dough and a Ferris wheel and a fireworks show and everyone I've ever known wandering around the fair. So fare thee well to the Blueberry Queen and the high school football team and the local music scene. I can't find them anywhere in this summer with no county fair. Thank you. Thanks. So I grew up in the town of Owl's Head, and if you've ever been there, there's not a whole lot there. It's a little town, and there's a lighthouse, and there's a little harbor, and most everybody fishes for lobster. There's also a transportation museum there, which is pretty cool with all these antique planes and stuff. But mostly everybody fished for lobster. And my first job was I worked on the dock at Owl's Head Lobster Company for my first summer job. And I used to stand on the back of a dump truck full of dead herring and push it out. It's really what made me decide that I wanted to be a folk singer, because I didn't want to spend my life shoveling fish. But anyway, so this is a song about my hometown, which I love. Well, it's 5 in the morning. I'm out on the mooring. I start up the diesel to start up the day. Through Fisherman's Island Passage I'm a-going. I'm out on the ocean in the cold and the gray. And haul away, pull up, claw and knuckle and tail. Measuring bantam tie in a new bait bag, push the trap back over the rail. Well, it's gear work all spring and you don't catch a thing. The traps are all empty and the money is gone. But I got my reasons for faith in the seasons. The shedders will be here and the summer is long. And haul away, pull up, claw and knuckle and tail. Measuring bantam tie in a new bait bag, push the trap back over the rail. Clean up while we steaming, of rum I'm a-dreaming, tie up to the wharf, it's almost the end. Haul up the crates and lower down more bait. The morning comes early, we'll be fishing again. And haul away, pull up, claw and knuckle and tail. Measuring bantam tie in a new bait bag, push the trap back over the rail. Thank you. So, back to the chickens. I hate chickens. I hate them. So this last spring, when everything was starting to open back up again last year, I just spent the spring putting the boat in the water and like booking up a bunch of shows for the summer. And then I'm out and I'm lighting the grill in my backyard. I just had popped open a Corona, and I hear this squawking noise. It was a chicken. And I look, and coming down the fence line through my backyard, there's the chicken, this big black chicken. And it's got a fox, like, attached to its ass. And it's coming down the fence line. And so, like, the instinctual thing kicks in, and like not remembering my age or any other factor, I look at the chickens, I figure their trajectory, I triangulate, and I take off running, and I'm like, I'm going to intercept the chicken when it gets to the edge of the fence, and there's a big ledge. So I take off across the yard, just full speed. I was like Captain America, and I hop up on this ledge, and I jump off the ledge, and I'm flying through the air, and I'm gonna throw my shield down and like save the chicken, and I did it right, and I'm flying through the air, and I let out my barbaric yawp, which I won't do for you, but it scared the fox, and it scared the chicken, and they let go of each other, and they went off in different directions, and then I landed in the middle of the road, where I was very much reminded of my age. And this is another song about my hometown. This is Owl's Head song. But it kind of works in just about any small town in Maine. Well, the parking lot's plumb for the gunners with mud. Up the hill comes everyone, and the grange fills up with all the opinions under the sun. From the kitchen you can smell the geese rolls baking out on the public breaking, and somebody cracks a joke about the fist fight back in '81. There's gonna be a big old bean feeding at the end of the annual town meeting, and we'll all get over our disagreements and get back to work. Maureen stands up and says we need another plow truck. I'm always going off, I'm always getting stuck, and Jimmy Tilson just laughs out loud and says get a four-wheel drive. All the kids need new tablets, they're falling behind, they never read a word in the summertime, and Nancy Walker looks up from her book and she snorts out of her nose. There's gonna be a big old bean feeding at the end of the annual town meeting, and we'll all get over our disagreements and get back to work. We need to heat the school, fix the roads and the dump. Engine 2 needs a new pump, and somebody's gonna have to mow the Monument Square. Between the town and the county and the feds and the state, we just can't afford to push up the mill rate. And Lendl Curtis says that the town will just have to make do. There's gonna be a big old bean feeding at the end of the annual town meeting, and we'll all get over our disagreements and get back to work. Well, everybody's getting hungry. Debate's getting heated, but we gotta pass a budget if we're gonna get to eating. So let's just take a vote and shut this whole thing down. Well, it takes all kinds to make the world go round, so let's break some brown bread and all sit down, 'cause we're all gonna have to live together in this tiny little town. There's gonna be a big old bean feeding at the end of the annual town meeting, and we'll all get over our disagreements and get back to work. Get back to work. So over the years, I figured out that there's not a lot of it's not a lot of money in folk music. I don't know if you knew that. I'm guessing that most of you do. But what there is, there's a tremendous amount of savings to be had. This next song, for example, I wrote for my wife for our 10th wedding anniversary, which saved me a ton of money. Nothing could be better than the chilly autumn weather, apple orchard, deep blue sky, where I snuck a kiss down by the honey crisps. You're the apple of my eye because you're sweet and you're tart, and you tug at my heart. I picked you, you picked me, let's go make a pie. So when I first wrote this song, I really did not realize how suggestive it was. I thought it was really sweet. The days are cool and bright, I like to press them into sight. Oh, the winter when we're sitting by the fire. You're my Macintosh, and oh my gosh, I ain't telling you no lie, because you're sweet and you're tart, and you tug at my heart. I picked you, you picked me, let's go make a pie. Nothing could be better than a little slice of cheddar, cup of coffee, and some apple pie. I want to spend our lives together, I keep picking you forever as the seasons just roll on by, because you're sweet and you're tart, and you tug at my heart. I picked you, you picked me, let's go make a pie. I picked you, you picked me, let's go make a pie. Nice, thank you. So I used to have this little sailboat, this little beetle cat I used to keep down in Harpswell. And one day, I was out sailing with my wife and two of my boys, my two oldest boys. It was before we had the little ones. And we just dropped my oldest son off on this little island to explore. His name is Ezra. And so he was exploring this little island, and we were sailing away. And we got about 100 yards away from the island, and the tiller just snapped right off in my hand. And we were sort of heading straight downwind, and it was straight upwind to get back to the island. And Ezra's little brother Henry was he was swinging off the mast, and he was singing pirate songs. He was singing "Yo ho ho" and a bottle of rum. Ezra's been shipwrecked. But I figured I could get home because it was straight downwind. So if I could just keep the boat straight, I could get home, but I couldn't get back to the island to get Ezra. So this song is for him. I miss him. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. Just you and me, baby, out on the waves. She's just a hole in the water that holds all my dreams I stuff. Wads of cash into the licky seams and a pain patch and pain. Try to catch up, but it ain't no use. From stem to stern, stern to stem, we turn around and start all over again. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. Just you and me, baby, out on the waves. She ain't no Clorox bottle, she ain't no big old bathtub. She's got pretty lines, but there's just one rub. A leaky boat don't always float, so it's a damn good thing that you can swim. I got a pump and bail and pump. We just might have to jump right in. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. I got a wooden boat. I'm gonna sail away. Just you and me, baby, out on the waves. Just you and me, baby, out on the waves. Thank you. So after I landed and had rescued the chicken, I found myself in the middle of the road, not able to get up. And it turns out I had broken my calcaneus, which for those of you who aren't doctors is your heel bone. And when your heel bone breaks, it kind of is like, it's kind of like a hard-boiled egg. It doesn't just break cleanly like a normal bone. So it like sort of broke into like 4 pieces. And so I had to get it all screwed back together, which kind of messes Summer up a little bit. And then, so I spent the next 4 months sitting on the couch watching all 10 seasons of Wicked Tuna, which is awesome. If you want to know anything about catching giant bluefin tuna, I've never been, but I know everything there is to know about it. So anyway, so there I sat for a while, and now I can walk now finally, and I'm here, and this is the first concert that I've played in over 2 years, and I'm pretty darn excited about it, I must say, and thank you for being here. So I'm gonna play one more song here, and then we'll take a little break maybe, and we can step outside and you can take your masks off and like get some oxygen, and then come back inside, and I'll play another set, or you can sneak off. whatever you need to do. This is not my song. But I had so much fun playing it at the sound check like 3 times. I just want to play it again. Mother, Mother Ocean, I have heard you call. Oh, I wanted to sail on your waters since I was 3 feet tall. You've seen it all. You've seen it all. I watched the men who rowed you switch from sail to steam. Oh, and in your belly you hold the treasures that few have ever seen. Most of them dreams. Most of them dreams. Yes, I am a pirate, 200 years too late. Oh, the cannons don't thunder, there's nothing to plunder. I'm an over 40 victim of fate, arriving too late, arriving too late. I done my share of smuggling, I ran myself some grass, so I made enough money to buy Miami, but I pissed it away so fast. It's not meant to last. It's never meant to last. And I have been drunk for over 2 weeks. I passed out and I rallied and I sprung a few leaks, but I got to stop wishing. I got to go fishing down a rock bottom again with just a few friends. Just a few friends. I go for younger women. I lived with several for a while, and oh, I ran away. They come back one day. I still could manage a smile just for a while. Just for a while. Mother, Mother Ocean, after all these years I found my occupational hazard is my occupation's just not around. I feel like I've drowned. I'm going uptown. I feel like I've drowned. I'm going uptown. Thank you. Intermissioning. Commence. So, all right, everybody comments about the yellow guitar case. It's like the thing. So, isn't it cool? I really, I really like it. Very fond of it. No, I got it. I got it this fall when I started to play some bar gigs after I started walking again, and I needed a case with backpack straps so that I could get into a bar on my crutches carrying a guitar. And so it's super light and it has backpack straps, and that's why I bought it. Welcome back. This is a 0021. So it's a little smaller and it's short scale, but it's rosewood and Adirondack. I love it. All right, Crooked. So this is a song about my house because I've been stuck at my house for the last 2 years. This is my environment. Crooked wall, crooked floor, a crooked window and a crooked door. I've never been on an even keel. Square and level never really ever been my kind of deal. Got a crooked tree growing in the yard, a crooked weather vane tilting on a crooked barn, crooked hat, a crooked smile. Square and level never really ever been my kind of style. I've never been the kind to spend my time trimming hedges. I've always been a little fuzzy around the edges. Good enough, that'll do. I never cared too much for things all bright, shiny, and new. I lean to the left, but I stand up straight. Square and level always been the kind of thing that I could give or take. I've never been the kind to spend my time trimming hedges. I've always been a little fuzzy around the edges. Crooked wall, crooked floor, crooked window and a crooked door. I've never been on an even keel. Square and level never really ever been my kind of deal. Square and level never really ever been my kind of deal. Thank you. So, this next song is about an adventure I had when I first met my wife, or actually, when we first got married. She quit her job, and we bought a little piece of land up in Warren, and moved into a tent on the land, and ordered up a big pile of lumber. And then we just started banging it together, because I figured, how hard could a house be to build? I'd never done it before, but I just figured it was a square with a triangle on top of it, and I thought I'd give it a go. And we lived in the tent for a while. And did I mention my wife was pregnant at the time? I don't recommend moving into a tent with your pregnant wife. Neither does she. Plant a seed, watch it grow, chase away all the crows, soak up the water and the sun, sleep real good when the day's done. Split some wood, stack it high, look my fill up into the sky, chase the deer from the apple tree, then put on a big pot of beans. I'm gonna build myself a little shack down by the trout stream, way out in the back. I'm gonna raise my kids and love my wife. I'm gonna live, 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 live the good life. Dilly beans from a mason jar. All winter long I sit down by the fire, bringing an armload full of wood, spin a yarn and call it good. I'm gonna build myself a little shack down by the trout stream, way out in the back. I'm gonna raise my kids and love my wife. I'm gonna live, 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 live the good life. One man's meat is a cul-de-sac street, and some folks, they like to live in town. But I'd rather be where the stars I can see and hear the moon spinning round. Yeah, that's my favorite sound. I'm gonna build myself a little shack down by the trout stream, way out in the back. I'm gonna raise my kids and love my wife. I'm gonna live, 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 live the good life. I'm gonna live, 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 live the good life. I'm gonna live, 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 live the good life. I think I have another newer song that maybe people haven't heard. So when I was quite a bit younger, I got to spend a year on Monhegan Island running a restaurant out there. And I love it there. If you've never been to Monhegan, it's magic. And I totally would have stayed, except for being 10 miles off of the coast. It was not very convenient for a traveling musician at all. So I didn't get to stay very long. But this is a song about the boat ride, and the boat that takes you out there. There's a mail boat that goes out of Port Clyde. It's called the Lower B. Miles an hour out of Tennant's Harbor. Got to catch a ferry, but we ain't on either time. Just shutting, running down the pier as they're casting off the lines. We make it just in time, about as close as we can get. And we head out from Port Clyde, a Marshall Point on the port side, and out to sea. And in the fog, I crack a smile, and we pass Banana Island on the Laura B. Every step I'm taking, I'm walking in a painting. Don't step on fairy houses as you're walking through cathedral woods and feeling like Goliath. Or maybe Andrew Wyeth. Something about the light here just makes everything look good. And we head out from Port Clyde, a Marshall Point on the port side, and out to sea. And in the fog, I crack a smile, and we pass Banana Island on the Laura B. Walking past a rope shed, lost inside my own head. Got to catch a ferry, but we're still on island time for now and rolling down the hill. Now, a second left to kill. I climb into the boat and I move up into the bow. As we leave Monhegan Harbor, I give a wave off the starboard so wistfully. And in the sunshine, I crack a smile as we pass Banana Island on the Laura B. Thank you. So this is a song about my grandpa. My grandpa, he was a Marine in World War II. He never talked about it when we were kids. He probably just had enough with it. So I didn't really know much about it until one day my son asked him about it, and all of a sudden he opened up and started telling all these stories. And I was like, oh, you just have to ask. That's good to know. Oh, yeah, that's got to get tuned up. But he was a Marine Patrol warden for the state here in Maine, up in Owl's Head. And one time there was an escape from the Knox County Jail, and they called in the Marine Patrol to help with the manhunt. And so my grandpa shows up, and he sees his sergeant or a supervisor or whatever there. He says, "All right, Paul, you ready?" He says, "Yep." He says, "Paul, where's your gun?" And my grandpa says, "It's home on my dresser where I always leave it." And the supervisor said, "Paul, go home and get your gun and come back." So he did. He went home. He got his gun. He comes back. And the supervisor says, "Paul, can I see your gun?" He says, "Oh, yeah, sure." So he hands it to him, looks at it, flips it open. He says, "Paul, where's your bullets?" Anyway, so this is the song that this is a story that he told me, and he told me this story shortly after my grandmother passed away, and he was into his 90s when he told me this story, and I wrote this song, and I got to play it for him before he went on. But this is his story. December 1941, up in Maine, aboard the USS Arkansas is how we came. 2 weeks leave in a salty town and met a girl there so fair. Hand in hand, we walked down through Longfellow Square. Her name is Flossie Flaherty, she's the prettiest thing in the world. And I'm gonna make a home right here, 'cause I'm in love with a Portland girl. We were at the movie house when we heard somebody shout, all hands back to the ship, boys, all hell has broken out. We said goodbye and I sailed away full of love and hope and fear. And through the fog on Casco Bay, only one thing was clear. Her name is Flossie Flaherty, she's the prettiest thing in the world. And I'm gonna make it home someday, 'cause I'm in love with a Portland girl. I was at Guadalcanal when things were looking bad, and I was out on Iwo and our boys raised up the flag. I made it to Okinawa where the mortars fell like rain, and I prayed to God with all my might to see my Portland girl again. Her name is Flossie Flaherty, she's the prettiest thing in the world. And I'm gonna make it back someday, 'cause I'm in love with a Portland girl. When I got home to Cleveland from halfway around the world, standing on my mama's porch was that pretty Portland girl. Her name is Flossie Flaherty, she's the prettiest thing in the world. And I'm gonna make a home right here, 'cause I'm in love with a Portland girl. And I'm gonna make a home right here, 'cause I'm in love with a Portland girl. So when I first wrote that song, I went to my wife and I was like, I wrote this new song. I'm really excited about it today. And she says, what's it called? And I said, Portland Girl. And she said, well, it better not be. No, it's about my grandma. The leaves are on the ground, the boat is in the barn. There's frost upon the wood pile, and all the geese are gone. Now all the colors of the autumn dance across the lawn. There's birch smoke on the northern wind, and the winter's looking long. The trees were budding out, there was mud instead of snow. We painted up her bottom so her age it would not show. We pulled her to the shore and then we launched her in the cove and waited for the southerly summer winds to blow. We sailed her to Chesapeake, Peaks, Eagle, Jewel, and Oars. up the river to Cundy's harbor and Holbrook's little store. We had ice cream on the dock and then slipped out to sea once more. The summer went on forever until we pulled her up on shore. The leaves are on the ground, the boat is in the barn. There's frost upon the woodpile, and all the geese are gone. Now all the colors of the autumn dance across the lawn. There's birch smoke on the northern wind, and the winter's looking long. Thank you. So this is another one of those savings songs. It's another anniversary song. I really try to get my mileage out of that. What do I need to do to make that work? Oh, right. I need to not be in drop T tuning. Got it. That's just about right. Little white church in a long white dress. She's the girl that I love the best. And though we staked a claim on this patch of ground, settled into this little town, but someday we're gonna settle up and pull our roots out of the ground. Climb into my pickup truck and take the back roads out of town. We'll settle up when we're done settling down. Working kids and baseball games, each day is different, each day's the same, and there are bills to pay and a lawn to mow. The little ones take so long to grow, but someday we're gonna settle up and pull our roots out of the ground and climb into my pickup truck and take the back roads out of town. We'll settle up when we're done settling down. I'm a rambling man, she's my traveling girl. It wouldn't trade this life for the world, but when my feet start to itch and the road starts to call, I think about how someday we're gonna have it all. Someday we're gonna settle up and pull our roots out of the ground. Climb into my pickup truck and take the back roads out of town. We'll settle up when we're done settling down. Little white church in a long white dress. She's a girl that I love the best. Thank you. So I guess I'm going to play another song about Owl's Head because that's just what I do. It's what I think about. That's what I like to write about. This is another lobstering song. I have a brother who's has a boat in Owl's Head. He's a fisherman, lobsterman. I have another brother who lobsters out of Tennis Harbor. And I just really love that part of the world. My great grandpa was a lighthouse keeper on Goose Rock Light, which is in the Fox Island thoroughfare, like between Vinyl Haven and North Haven, and it's just this little spark plug. It's really like there's no island, there's no rock. It's just like this lighthouse that just like sticks up out of the water. So we've been around here for a while, my people. So anyway, this is called Penobscot Bay. I filled big bags down at the wharf when I was 10. It was clear to me what my life would be back then. As a stern man, I saved my share till I could pay for my own boat on Penobscot Bay. For 20 summers I knew every turning tide. Each day on the water before the sun would rise. The engine and the holler sang songs while the radio played, catching lobsters on Penobscot Bay. When the wind blows, you turn your bow into the gale. When the water comes over, you fight it, you pump and you bail. But when a tank full of diesel costs more than a man can pay, you start sinking on Penobscot Bay. So I worked harder as the price went all to hell. When no one's buying, you ain't got nothing to sell but a boat and some gear and 8 hours a day. Say goodbye now to Penobscot Bay. on Sundays I go out in the skiff. It eases my mind just to rope for a time and to drift. I think of the years and I think what my father would say. To be a stranger on Penobscot Bay. Now I'm a stranger on Penobscot Bay. Thank you. So, I guess I'm going to play another spring song because I live in Maine, just like you, and I spend a lot of time looking out my window, waiting for spring. So, I tend to write a lot of songs about that. This thing right here, and up here, right? Oh, here. Red ripe tomato on the kitchen windowsill, peppers and summer squash out on the grill, but I'm all tied up and tangled in the brambles of my mind. I don't think that's the kind of thing that I'm gonna find, 'cause I've been holding on to things long gone, brown and dead, all to get a rake out of my old tool shed. I turn all of this back into the ground, so I'll be good and ready when the spring comes around. Awfully crowded out in my backyard to find space for a garden. It might be hard. Burdock and skunk weed, no room for anything new. Old boxes of junk I don't need with sentimental value, 'cause I've been holding on to things long gone, brown and dead, all to get a rake out of my old tool shed. Turn all of this back into the ground, so I'll be good and ready when spring comes around. My report card from the second grade airplane model that I made, picture of my high school girlfriend, a broken promise from way back when. Every statement from my bank, a bottle cap from the first beer I drank, stub from every time I've been paid, a love poem I wrote first time I got laid, and boxes of anger, cartons of regret, all these things I should forget, 'cause I've been holding on to things long gone, brown and dead, all to get a rake out of my old tool shed. Turn all of this back into the ground, so I'll be good and ready when spring comes around. I'll be good and ready when spring comes around. Thank you. I feel like playing this little song that I did not write. because I like it. It's a Greg Brown song. I'm leaving today 'cause I got a busted heart. Oh, I'm going away. If my travel always start, I reckon where I am headed, oh, I'm gonna need me different clothes. Way up in Michigan, where the Laughing River flows. 20 years in the minor leagues, ain't no place I did not go. Even got me a few hits, but I never made the show. And I can hang on for a few years, doing what I've done before. I wanna hear the Laughing River flow right outside my door. And my cousin Ray says he's got a job for me, where the houses are still cheap, and he knows this nice lady. Said she even saw me play once, said she'd smile at my name way upon the Laughing River. It could be a whole new game. It was goodbye to the bus, and it's goodbye to paying dues. It's goodbye to the cheers. It's goodbye to the booze. I'm treading in this old bat for a fishing pole. I wanna let the Laughing River flow right into my soul. Well, I'm leaving today 'cause I got a busted heart. Well, I'm going away. If my travel always start, I reckon where I am headed, oh, I'm gonna need me different clothes. Way up in Michigan, where the Laughing River flows. Way up in Michigan, where the Laughing River flows. Way up in Michigan, where the Laughing River flows. Well, thank you. Sure. Oh, Bob. Oh, no, I know the one you're talking about. I do. I haven't played in years. I don't think I can do it. Yeah, sorry. I don't think I can do it. Oh, if I'd only known. Well, thank you. That's I'm glad you remember that one. So, I just take a second to say thank you for coming out and seeing me play and like hanging out with me. It's been great. Thanks to John and Scott and everyone else here at this little thing. This is a fantastic venue. I really enjoyed playing here a lot. All right, so this is a really old song, but it's kind of the one that a lot of people still remember. So I still play it, even though it feels really old to me. So I recorded this song in 2006. Yeah. Oh yeah, right. And also I have CDs and records here. If anybody remembers what either of those things are. If you don't, it's okay. If you could follow me on Spotify or whatever your favorite streaming service is, that would also be very cool. Driving by your parents' house last night, where I swear I could hear your voice telling me where we go in life is a matter of our own choice. Talking about the plans you were making and the moment I was so busy embracing down at the quarry without a worry, and the whiskey we were chasing. In our hometown, we're on the back porch singing, wondering out loud what the future will be bringing. Our hometown, that's where I belong. You know we miss you. Built your dreams out of earth and clay. You kept both eyes on the next day. You got one hand on the wheel and both feet in the sand, and a smile on your face when things work out like you planned. But in our hometown, we're on the back porch singing, wondering out loud what the future will be bringing. Our hometown, that's where I belong. You know we miss you. You planned your way to good times and bad. I stumbled my way into some good fortune, and in sometimes I wish I'd never back, we thought we were so smart. We thought we were so wise. Maybe it's not about the plan. Maybe it's not about the moment. Maybe it's just about the surprise. But in our hometown, we're on the back porch singing, wondering out loud what the future will be bringing. Our hometown, that's where I belong. You know we miss you, and you know we miss you. In our hometown, we're on the back porch singing, wondering out loud what the future will be bringing. Our hometown, that's where I belong. You know we miss you. Driving by your parents' house last night, well, I swear I could hear your voice telling me where we go in life is a matter of our own choice. Thank you so much. Thanks.
What's that?
Oh. Oh, no. You're too... All right. Let's do an encore. It's getting late, so I'm going to do a late song. Yeah. It's not what you think.
After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna chug a lug and shout. We're gonna cause talk and suspicion. Gonna have an exhibition. Gonna figure out what this is all about. After midnight, I'm gonna shake that tambourine. After midnight, it's all gonna be peaches and cream. Gonna stimulate some action, gonna get some satisfaction, gonna figure out what this is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. Gonna cause talk and suspicion, gonna have an exhibition, gonna figure out what this is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang out. After midnight, we're gonna chug a lug and shout. Gonna stimulate some action, gonna get some satisfaction, gonna figure out what this is all about. After midnight, we're gonna let it all hang let it all hang out. Thank you.
Paddy, thank you very much for a A1 first class top shelf entertainment tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
How many of you out there remember Raoul's on Forest Avenue in Portland? I saw Tony Rice there one night. Unbelievable. And it was sort of like what we heard tonight. This is really, really terrific. Intimate setting. Tell your friends. We're going to keep this up, keep bringing some really great talent into this Meetinghouse Arts. And go onto the Arts and Cultural Alliance of Freeport website, please, and sign up for newsletters and announcements for this kind of show, because we're going to keep them coming, and we hope you keep coming. But thank you for coming tonight. Take care out there on your way home, and we'll hope to see you next time.